This is my cat Minnie, and he is going to say, "See you guys later on Trash Talk." Look at him. Hey guys, how's it going? Marcelo here.
Chase.
Weston.
Jeremiah.
Welcome to episode 50, a special episode. Not only is it the finale, not only is it episode 50, the game we're going over is going to be 10 years old later this year.
Yay.
Hey, hold it up. Hold it up. Sonic the Hedgehog.
2006.
Alright, let's do it!
Sonic the Hedgehog, redefined for the next generation. November 2006.
Sonic 06.
Now hold it like you're not like an old man.
So the game came out November 14th, 2006. Obviously by Sonic Team, you know, Sega. It's them. It's just them.
He's already rolling his eyes.
This is what I was saying. When we said in the last episode about Bomberman that, like, the parallels are there, because Bomberman X-Zero also came out in 2006.
Was just 2006 like the year for shitty remakes?
I guess. From the same people that created the original concept. Because it was Konami and Hudson Soft that did Bomberman X-Zero, rebooting it, but they're the ones that did regular Bomberman.
They decided, let's do something completely different.
Yeah.
And just, but in a bad way.
But in a bad way.
See this nice, wonderful concept we have?
Yeah, let's just...
Plays it with shit.
Yeah.
So you can clearly see what our most of our reviews are going to be so far.
With it.
We gotta kind of try and bring something different to this though, I feel, because I don't know how we're gonna do it. I guess it just has to be an in the moment kind of thing. Because everyone and their mom has reviewed this game, and I swear it's always the same kind of thing. So...
My son committed suicide because of this game.
That's not a new thing, and if it is, that's not what we're going with.
No.
So, story. Who here really knows the story of Sonic 06? It's convoluted.
It's a little
It's
messed
weird,
up.
no?
I mean, you can see in the opening cutscenes, they try to kind of introduce you to, of course, Sonic and the new damsel in distress, I guess.
Really? I thought it was an opening for a new Final Fantasy game.
But,
Then I saw that really fucked up Edman. We'll get to him.
Oh, we'll get to him later.
and so, in my opinion, just right when you start the game, the cutscene, you already kind of get some weird feelings like, whoa, where's this going?
What did Sonic turn into an anime?
It's not enough yet to really gauge if it's gonna be good or bad yet. You just know it's kind of like, what's happening?
yeah.
Right when the Eggman shows up, then you know something's off.
Yeah, then you're like, whoa!
Something's really off.
So,
Really bad.
Dark times are coming.
Can you guys over there elaborate on the story? Do you know any?
I know what the story is. Do we just want to go from the beginning to the end, or?
Oh, no.
just a short
Synopsis.
summarization.
Okay.
Well,
Bitch gets kidnapped. Sonic saves her. Bitch gets kidnapped. A second later,
Sonic
has to go save him again. Then there's a story with Silver.
like 6 times.
Yeah, and there's a couple different stories going on in the game too, because they introduce the character Silver,
Yeah.
which I guess is sort of interesting, and then they introduce, they reintroduce Shadow with his own story in this game as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a story. It's like, I almost hate to say it because people have compared it all the time. It is similar to Sonic Adventures because the story gets told through different perspective of characters. This time through Sonic, Shadow, and the new character Silver. And so yeah, you play through all of them and you get the whole story through them.
So it was an interesting
Because
concept, I
they
guess.
intertwine.
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
so
So
often.
it was an interesting concept to try to pull off, but like Marcelo was saying, it does get kind of convoluted and a little jumpy and weird and
Stupid.
yeah.
Because it's not even when with it going all everywhere, and then sometimes they meet up and the stories intertwine. Sometimes they don't because they break off again. It's more of the fact that the overall plot with the whole Tears of Disaster thing, whatever, Iblis Trigger, whatever.
Again,
You didn't
somehow I
Sonic
would
do
expect
that?
from a Final Fantasy game. Not
Not Sonic the Hedgehog, where you run around and collect rings and go in loop-de-loops. It's weird.
It's weird. It's just like the Sega team got they went to Final Fantasy, like the team of Final Fantasy's house is like, you want to screw and see what we can get out of this? and this abomination came out.
And so it's funny because you do kind of get that vibe. Again, going back to some of the cutscenes, they kind of have that Final Fantasy look-ishy to them, I guess. Like the quality.
Anime-esque.
If you go just based on the animation of the cinematics, they aren't half bad. Like just.
Oh yeah, the FMV is amazing.
Yeah.
But aesthetically, which we'll get to, I guess, again a little later, doesn't match. But visually, the cinematics do look impressive.
Just the cinematics. We're not talking about the game.
Yeah. Oh, because then the in-game cutscenes are like complete shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. Their mouths don't even lip sync. It's like, Sonic, we will save the princess.
The moment it fades to black and fades back in your in-game, oh god, it's drastic.
Whenever
difference.
you talk to somebody, it's funny because you could see their mouth kind of doing the like really general.
Yeah.
And they don't really talk. They just kind of go.
Or no, except for that one. No, except for that one guy that goes,
Hey.
hey,
Yeah, that's a sound effect in this game. Hey.
hey,
Yeah. Hey.
and then loading.
And it's like every guy.
Hey.
You want to talk sound effects? You know what I found out? There's two instances, one with a random soldier guy and one with Knuckles, where they kept in a messed up take of there's a soldier that says a thing, but he mumbles the last part because he just messed up the take. And then there's a pause, and then he says the line again. They didn't even cut out the ruined take. They just left that in as one whole.
Sonic, you must save the princess.
It's
You hear the
hilarious.
page turns and everything like.
You hear the page turn.
Like, he hits the mic and he's just like.
Right, so I can already tell we're getting a little sidetracked, so we should probably move on to the gameplay
Sorry,
itself
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
Yay! The worst thing about this game.
Oh god. Oh god.
Okay, so of course it's a 3D Sonic, you know,
Mhm.
so you're able to, move around and, it's platforming, I guess, which is really
Yes.
broken.
Yeah.
Broken does not describe it. It's like they shattered the base on this one. It's
Basically,
shattered.
yeah, everything. Okay, so they took 3D and they said, you know what? You know that thing called the laws of physics? well, fuck that.
We're done.
Fuck.
We're not talking
No,
about it.
we are not. It's a
That doesn't
it's
apply.
a friggin'
Yeah,
blue
we're
hedgehog.
above that.
No, it's a damn blue hedgehog. We don't need physics. It's able to talk and eat chimichangas.
So
whatever it
here's
eats.
a very
Chimichangas,
basic.
that's Deadpool, dude.
Here's two examples
dogs.
of this. If you take the old Sonics, for example, you do in a lot of the Sonics you do the loop-de-loops,
Mhm.
In this one, you're like gravitationally stuck to the
Yeah,
wall. So
yeah.
if you slow down halfway up the loop, you don't fall down. You are
Yeah, I know.
glued to
No,
the
you
ceiling.
could just walk up the ceiling like.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, see, this is a prime example of one thing that's pretty annoying that they try to do to like make you, because like in 3D it's hard to have like a fast Sonic without him like screwing up sometimes, but they took it way too far and decided, let's make it linear, where they literally aren't even controlling Sonic. All they're doing is just going forward. No matter what like you press, you're just going forward.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be buggy, because sometimes you might accidentally hit something and go flying across the universe.
Whoa!
But like, and then sometimes you're just stuck to the wall because you're like, oh, this is super fast and cool scene, but you're not actually doing anything.
Yeah.
You can let go of the controller.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I did
exactly.
when I was playing.
The only in those you can sort of wave yourself left and right a little bit, but that's about it. Yeah, not really hardly.
The
any
movement was so janky, and then plus Sonic does not have like a slow speed. He's always just kind of like, ha!
Another example is
It's just
sometimes when
annoying.
you're doing the loop-de-loops, it's like you hit an invisible wall when it's not even there. It's like insta stop, fall down, die.
There's a part in Wave Ocean where, like, as early as Wave Ocean, where they expect you to have enough reaction time to hit a speed strip, then go immediately like left or right, hook a sharp turn, and then like duck and smack like a door to make it raise up. Now it's not like anything's particularly broken about that, but it's just like it's not fun. So I'm not talking about the broken aspect of it. Even the fun factor, it's not there because reaction time. How are you gonna be able to do that? That's just one little element. There's lots of moments like that where I see what they're going for, but it's not implemented right.
Yeah, and they also introduced some kind of like other speeds, but instead of running, they had like a snowboard or a bike with Shadow uses other things.
Snowboard.
The snowboard. Here's another physics that's broken. You're going. You don't even like push yourself off or anything. You just kind of go, stop. You can even go backwards.
Yeah.
You're going up a hill, and you can just stop. Or you can be down a hill and you'll go backwards up the hill. No.
Yeah, it's pretty
Somehow those
broken.
physics work better than when you go downhill.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you catch.
Oh
it good
yeah,
enough-
and then can we go back a little bit from the level name? What was the level name again?
Wave Ocean? The
Yeah.
beach one?
Yeah, Wave Ocean.
Okay.
What was the desert one called?
I don't remember. Oh,
I think-
Sandy Dunes or something
No,
like
no,
that?
it was Dusty Desert.
Great names, guys.
Yeah, like the
Great
names of
names.
these levels are just like, yeah, that's what it's called. Dusty Desert.
Really?
Wow.
Is
This
that
is
what
just,
deserts are? They're dusty? No clue.
Yeah.
wow, this is just like the most
I mean,
generic
we have
name.
living hedgehogs run around dating human princesses, and that's the most concerned thing you have is the names, the locations.
There's so.
They're so generic as hell. It's just like,
At least be creative
what?
with your.
What's this mountain's name? Snowy Mountain. What about that place? Long Beach.
I don't know about you, but that makes
Long Beach.
I think it's in Long Beach. But it makes me laugh.
Yeah, I admit it. It's just kind of funny.
But
But back to the whole gameplay thing. Like when we were saying the whole speed element, that's another thing that comes in it. That's the only time you're ever really going fast is in those set, designated speed runs where you don't have that much control. Otherwise, for the most part, in a Sonic game, you're not that fast. You're kind of just stopping every once in a while, having to fight some guys, and then going through doing some platform. And the combat system's not even good. It's like they took Adventure's system and then took parts out of it and just kind of made it even slower and jankier.
Yeah.
Like the animation, whenever you hit
yeah.
the enemy is delayed now. Instead, like in Adventures, I keep saying I didn't want to compare it to that, but now I am. I know. But like in there, you hit enemies, and you can just hit as long as they were close. And here, it's like hit, animation, hit, animation, hit,
Yeah, no.
animation. And it's like I'm Sonic the Hedgehog. Come on.
Oh, and the frame rate drop does not make that any more fun.
Yeah, no, it does not.
Oh yeah.
The frame rate drops every so
another
often.
thing with the gameplay is, of course, it's a heist, but it's Sonic, so there's some speed involved, except with some of this animation crap that he was explaining.
Yeah.
And it also has some platforming elements to it as well. You're jumping around, between different platforms and stuff. That's cool and all, but not when the collision in the game is so abysmal.
Yeah.
Where you'll like go through stuff, or you'll get stuck on stuff,
Yeah.
or you'll just go, and freak out, or a mix of all of them, or sometimes you'll barely nudge something and go launching off into outer space, it's just like,
The missions.
like you can't really trust your surroundings, and not even just because of enemies, because they're not functional.
Yeah. The missions though are they're a whole special kind of bad.
Oh my god, my
Some are pointless.
favorite. No. My favorite mission is the one where you have to find the lieutenant.
I immediately knew you were gonna say that. Because that one
The
was just hilarious.
friggin' lieutenant one. He's like, one of them is going to lie. It's like, wait, is it you then? It's like, oh, how did you find out? This was like, Marcelo did not tell me anything. I just like, wait, it's you then.
I don't know why that's supposed to. Was that supposed to be fun?
Was that supposed to catch?
Was I
me?
supposed to laugh because this a-hole was just lying to me and making it hard for me to go save his princess? By the way, he's the police officer. He's doing nothing but making my life harder to save the princess.
What was that supposed to
And
prove?
then later there's some like dating one I saw where like you have to choose between Elise and Amy and you have to like teleport through. It's like the test of whatever at some point in Sonic's campaign.
What?
I've seen it.
remember this.
I don't remember this at all.
It's weird. I don't even understand it. It's like
Wait, so the Sonic dating Elise thing is an actual thing that happens in the game?
no. It's hard to explain because it's hard to explain. They don't touch on it from what I have seen and remember, but she kisses him at the end. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
thing
a
that happens.
thing.
Because he's dead. And
Meh.
She lives to bring him to life. So she kisses him.
Weirdest bestiality thing ever.
Point being, the missions are
Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, no. The worst thing
Go with
about
the rings! Superman 64.
That's a whole different.
No,
No,
the worst thing about this game, the bosses. Especially
What other
Silver.
bosses are there besides... Okay, well, there's one versus...
Silver. No. I know you have thoughts on this. Go ahead and shoot.
Oh yeah, you fight Silver.
Well, not
And when you
specifically
beat
the
him,
boss.
that's when he gets introduced, right? You fight him and then you unlock him, more or less.
Yeah, I think
Go
so.
on to story mode, yeah.
I will say, back because we're still technically on gameplay. I will say, I honestly found Silver's missions pretty unique and cool. I liked the stuff. Some of it was pretty frustrating and not that.
The idea's cool, like, I guess, but they didn't have enough time to make it like fun.
I mean, I had fun. I know when I played it, especially when I was younger, I had a lot of fun playing it. I know some people have gripes with it because it's just, I don't know. I feel like most people have gripes with it because they're more inclined that this is a Sonic game. It's to be a fast-paced game. We don't want to play some, guy who just hovers things around. They want to just run.
Yeah, because Silver because they introduced new abilities with him too, with his character as well. He was psychic, I guess.
Yeah, telekinesis.
Yeah, that's what it was. And he could
telekinesis.
lift objects, shoot them. And so
He made his combat pretty cool.
He adds a little bit of interactivity with his character, so I guess that's a decent thing. But
You get all the secondary characters.
Only thing that definitely pissed these guys off and many other people is it made him a really, really, really annoying boss when he could lift you up and throw you.
Yeah, but no, what makes it broken is it's like you get caught in a loop, and if you only have like one you get caught in a loop.
Even as a kid, when I played that, I still hated that with a passion. I was like, this is so unfair.
Oh yeah, and then with Shadow, you get vehicles, and how do the vehicles go again?
That's how they go.
I still never understood. Even back in his own game, Shadow the Hedgehog game, I always thought it was so weird they had vehicles. I was like, oh, it's cool and all. He's got guns and vehicles, but I was like,
I know.
It's like, but why do you need
a motorcycle?
When he's like, there's a mission in 06 where he's hovering over water, like getting close. I'm like,
oh
you can run on water.
Yeah.
Why do you need a car? Are you just lazy?
It's
like,
look cool.
I don't want to ride.
Just to be a boss.
It was a weird thing. I mean, to be fair, Shadow the Hedgehog did it first. But why did they do it again?
So we can wrap this aspect up. Other secondary characters. Other secondary characters, like Amy, whatever, Gamma, whatever, the robot. Rouge, who's equally as broken. Knuckles, who Game Grumps. You have to know that by now. Knuckles is broken. Everyone's just not implemented right. It's not fun. That billiards mission in the temple as Silver. Oh God. Like, I'm glad you didn't get to play that because you would have raged. It's tedious as all hell.
I already raged at a lot of that game.
The freaking stupid, unnecessary bubble get out of quicksand power that Sonic gets. Remember that?
Why? You can run fast. How would quicksand affect you? Like, whoa! You can just literally run past it.
There's definitely broken scripts and stuff. Like the thing about this is this game wasn't really finished. That's one thing. Like it's not to give it an excuse and guys,
that makes it even kind of.
But it's just a point. It's just a point. Like there were so many things, small things, big things, where you can see the scripting was wrong. Like he reminded me that there was an ability you could buy abilities for the characters, and they're all supposed to have meters to limit how much you can use it. Yeah. Sonic's was broken. You could it was unlimited. You could use his abilities all you wanted, which is a clear broken thing. Otherwise, they wouldn't have kept the meter there.
Yeah.
So that was just an example. It's not game breaking or anything, but it's just an example of how it's broken. How they clearly did not finish it. Like the huge hub worlds, just emptiness. It was not finished.
Yeah. Aesthetics and the box cover. Let's talk about that real quick. I'll show that to them. Sonic's running fast. He's doing what he does best, being a hedgehog. Not much else to look at. Everything's blurry to make it look like he's running really fast.
You can kind of see that there's a castle in the background and stuff. I mean, I can kind of see what they were trying to do there. I guess it's because there's hey, look, Sonic is coming to the next gen. So they're trying to make it.
He's running
trying to make Sonic stand out and look cool. And stuff like that. I mean, But
the funny thing about this stage, this area you get to see on the box cover, it's the one I was talking about where that dating thing happens, whatever. But when you look at either you play it yourself or you watch other people play online, and you see this area, which I forget what it's called, but not gonna really matters. It's one of the first ones that they were really showing off in the E3 stuff during those conferences from back then, and in the trailers. But it is just as, if not even emptier, than the other areas without much to do. So it's how much time did they really spend on any of this?
There's a lot of time being wasted in
the FMV, because as we said, it looks good, I guess, but aesthetically, with all these Final Fantasy-esque elements like the human characters and all that, it doesn't fit Sonic. I mean, not for the video game stuff. Like Sonic X, that anime was okay. That was kind of fun.
I know. I mean, we could, saying that. basically the aesthetics are kind of weird too, but just graphically it's kind of ugly too.
Yes,
Yeah.
Certain things you can see they put more effort into giving good look to than others. Like it's super inconsistent, especially in the like main hub town.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
super inconsistent there. Like one thing will be super detailed, and then that thing right next to it is like.
Oh my god, the people are so under detailed.
Yeah.
Oh, they are. Yeah.
And then there's a weird thing. Like in the FMV, Elisa's legs aren't yellow, but in the actual game, why are her legs yellow?
They're yellow.
Yeah, no, dude, they're yellow. Nothing else is yellow. Like
The
she has
leggings,
like,
I guess?
yeah, no, her leg. No, she wasn't wearing leggings. In the FMV, she was wearing no leggings. Like they were, her legs like were skin
I
color.
guess whoever worked on the in-game cutscenes didn't get the memo and gave her jaundice ass looking.
Yeah, no, jaundice ass looking legs. I was like, does she have jaundice on her legs? Wait, what the hell?
No.
No, I just caught that and it was really weirding me out. Like, why her legs yellow?
That's part of the coloration error.
Yeah.
They just raised the hue too high or something.
Yeah.
Why only on her legs though?
They probably wanted to give her more flesh out her skin because she was pretty pale, but I guess they decided to do that to her legs and not her face.
So maybe they just
No, that was
they
the
just
only
kind of put in her half-ass modeling, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Eh.
And then by the end of the game, when they show off other like of the NPCs, they look ugly. Like you were saying, they look ugly in cutscene. They look ugly. Like they're clearly not finished.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah,
so
she
gross.
like you could tell like they focused a lot on the Sonic the Hedgehog characters,
Yeah.
and then her, and then everyone else not so much.
And know what makes that all the more annoying? Not only does it all look like crap, loading time is astonishingly slow. And
so
sometimes they'll do it. You'll be like, would you like to start this mission? Yes. Loading time for like 2 minutes.
They'll
and
say
then
something.
someone will say like 2 sentences, and then you gotta
Another
do
loading
it again.
You know, and the thing is, they clearly didn't have to do that because there are like a few, very very few missions where literally it loads and it starts the mission. So there was no reason. Like, I don't know why they did that. Was it to make the game seem longer?
Did they have
was
to,
it?
They just completely
at
unloaded.
the time.
They just like for some reason the engine was so bad that they had to completely unload the engine and then reload it back up again just to change a scene. Or
How
something.
Jared would say, they pad out the time so that way, like, if they hadn't done that, like, if it was intentional, then, like, what you would be playing, they didn't finish it, they didn't put enough content in there, like, they cut so much that it's, like, gonna take you, like, an hour to beat or so.
I mean, honestly, that's one of the most frustrating things about the game is the loading. Like every mission, it's okay, this guy wants me to do a mission, load. And then he tells me the mission. It's like, you could have just told me that in the beginning. And then it loads. Then I finally do the mission. Takes me a couple times because it's super hard and dumb. Loads. He tells me,
Load.
good job. Loads. We're back in the hub
No,
mode.
it should be called
It took like
Sonic
2 hours to beat one mission.
And then if you fail, you have to reload. Too.
No, it should be called Sonic Load.
Loading simulator.
Sonic the Hedgehog loading evolved or something.
Yeah, for a guy who's super
Loading
fast,
gone
it
wrong.
takes a long time to load.
Yeah. Okay, so, soundtrack. Not good. No, not eh. I don't remember anything besides his world, the good version, the instrumental one that we're using right now. That's the only good one. Not even the rapping one from
I like
was it
the music.
Superhead or
The music's
something?
pretty good.
Or like the title screen, I guess
Crush
was
40 is the
okay.
better one.
Yeah, that's his.
No.
Oh, so this is one.
Yeah, but that's the Zebrahead version, which has lyrics, and they used the instrumental version of that one for the title screen. But Crush 40 did one, which you hear in the game, but they use it for other purposes. It's actually the first cutscene of the game when Sonic appears on screen. That's the one they use, and that's the good version.
Okay.
Yeah, no, like the
In
one
my
with
opinion.
rapping it is like.
That's the Zebrahead one. That's
Yeah,
the
no.
title screen.
They make a good song. They made one good song, and they screwed it up with rapping, and it's not even good rapping.
Well,
it's
that's why
like crap
that's
rapping.
why I like to think that one doesn't exist. That's why the Crush 41 is the good one in my opinion.
And then there's the soundtracks like in the different. I mean, it has different soundtracks for different areas and stuff. Like the main hub kind of has that like that violin-y sound to it, I guess.
I'll Dolphino, but
It's not
as
bad.
good.
It's not bad. It's
I
just
don't
not
remember
good.
It's
it.
forgettable.
It's
I
just-
don't
yeah.
remember any
It's
of the
just-
tracks.
I didn't think
I'm
they were that
surprised I
amazing. There
remember
might
it
have been one or two that were pretty good and catchy. I would definitely listen to again, but I don't think they were bad. I think they were, at worst,
They were lame.
not
And,
memorable.
I don't
maybe.
like
Yeah, yeah.
But I think
You're
they were
right.
good. I think they were okay.
So it's not that they fit the mood, I guess. They just weren't high quality, you know.
This is where the divide happens because you guys actually think it's pretty nice, and we're like,
No, I've listened to a lot better game soundtracks.
Yeah.
When it comes to game soundtracks,
because something else is better doesn't make the other one bad.
Oh, that's what
it
I'm saying.
does.
It's
I
like if you're gonna compare it to like to something else that's definitely better, it's like, well, yeah,
You'd have
it's
to
worse
compare it to,
compared,
like-
but I mean, on its own,
I
for what it is,
compare
it's
this
pretty good.
soundtrack. I don't think compare it to anything. Like I wasn't about to compare it to anything, but as a soundtrack, I've said it before a bunch of times on my own channel and on other channels, whatever, what have you. Music's a very important aspect in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a very important
love
aspect to
music.
me
No, I
too.
agree. It is.
So it disappointed me a lot. It pissed me
Yeah,
off
no,
to see that this
I
soundtrack was not
Compared to
memorable.
the other things, I would still say that's definitely one of its strong points, even though it's a sad thing to say. Can we all agree on that, though?
Yes.
I guess.
But
I feel like there were
you
still
only
some
take-
other cool, unique things about it, but the
you can only
soundtrack
take
was
that
pretty
for what
good.
it's worth. It's like
So
That's a kind of a sad thing to say. Like when the soundtrack is the best part of the game and the soundtrack itself is.
isn't even that memorable.
Ugh.
I mean, okay, if we're talking his world, yeah, the good one, yeah. Everything
But
else.
even they screwed that up then.
That's what I'm saying, the good one. That's why I keep saying the good one. What Zebrahead? No, not that version. The good version. That was nice. I like that one. And the fact that I made it into Smash Brothers Brawl, awesome. Every other song like ever in that game, I don't remember.
I almost feel
or
bad for
drones
that
on.
song. Because what's a good song like that doing in a crap game like
Like this.
That's-
this?
It's
Yeah.
been in a better song.
that's why it's there, because they're trying to give you reason to like.
But I feel like
You turn on the
yeah.
screen, you're like, this is gonna be cool, you know. and then it's
Yeah.
not.
And it's not.
like the song "Light to Me."
So
Characters. Last
Well,
aspect.
I mean, we kind of already went over that though. And we went
Not
over
in full. Not in
Eggman, we
full.
didn't even mention Eggman.
Oh, that's true. So we still have some others we need.
Gross.
I know West really wants to talk about Eggman.
Gross.
Eggman looks
ugly
horrible.
Eggman.
Like they tried to make him look more human, but the way they did it, they just made him look weird.
Yeah,
His
you take-
eyes,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
like gross.
It made him look like he had 4 nipples.
Well, he was always gonna look.
Yeah, because
Yeah, no, but no,
detail.
I guess that makes
Yeah.
sense. Because I mean, you have Elise, for example, who actually looks human.
Yeah.
You
She
know,
looks anime human.
yeah, she's definitely probably the best detailed human in the game. Yeah,
Because that's just probably
she's-
you're gonna
she's-
see a lot of her in the game.
Exactly. So
Her
it
anime,
makes sense. But besides her yellow leg, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, but Eggman, because of his design, even the other one, he's kind of short, stubby, with long ass legs, and he's fat as fuck. You know. But instead of, he's kind of. That's what he is.
Yeah.
He sort of looks like Mike Wazowski with. But so when you try to implement him and make him look more realistic, it just doesn't really work.
It doesn't
Because
work.
his design isn't that way, you know.
Yeah.
And I was kind of saying the same thing, and that's not really. I guess it's sort of the fault of the developers, but it's just kind of his design. It's just hard to work with that.
You know
guy.
what it's like? Have you ever seen those like photorealistic, like redone art, whatever's of like
Yeah.
Homer Simpson or like
Yeah, exactly.
Peter
Yeah.
Griffin? And
They always look
Certain-
really
certain-
creepy.
Certain things.
Yeah.
They look weird
And-
as hell,
yeah,
dude.
exactly.
That's
And-
what that is.
And it's just certain things work better in certain art styles.
Yeah.
So, like I said, that's not really so much hammering the developers, I guess, or even Eggman himself. It's just they should have realized
Art
that
direction.
it's just not a kind of art that works well, you know. And
Hey, he's a bad
nothing
guy.
much
He
you
can
do
look
about
gross.
that. Exactly.
He looks gross.
Take like Mario for example. If I mean, you can add some decent texture, and make him look pretty nice. But if you try to make him look really realistic,
Yeah, fuck 'em up.
he would look a little fucking weird, you know. So, but yeah,
other kinds of characters. I mentioned the gameplay of other characters like Amy and all that, which are boring or broken or both, most likely both. But of what importance were they? Like, were they exactly? We had like Blaze the cat. We had the robot Guillermo, whatever, something.
They were there because they were there.
Because
they're just trying to
I mean,
add some form of
Blaze
difference, you know. Some
Did
form
nothing
of
throughout
variety,
the whole
I guess.
game, even though she was in cutscenes with Silver like all the time,
Yeah.
until the very end when she
What about
tried
that-
to sacrifice herself.
Nephilis the Dark or whatever.
When she sacrificed herself, that's when she had some use. But I mean,
The poorest.
it
character
kind of, when you
of
think
all.
about it, it was kind of pointless. Back to the story almost. It was kind of pointless since they blew out the flame. Here's the thing: it has time travel in it, which I totally love. But as someone who watches a lot of sci-fi about time travel, their way of doing it was so fucking weird.
Yeah, it was.
Again, adding to the convolutedness of the story.
It was. There
Bring
were some
everything back
weird
full
points.
circle.
It's just kind of a mixed match clustery what's going on, you know. So
It's like a.
It's just poor. Everything in this game was done poorly.
Besides
Except for
that song.
This World, the good version. Again, because even that was done poorly by someone else who also covered the song.
I mean, I don't know. Personally, I think it's not a very good game, even arguably bad. But I feel like a lot of people give it a little too much hate and try to say every aspect of it is pretty bad. Honestly, I enjoyed it. I'd probably play it again. You know, probably not all the way. I don't know. It's kind of fun. But it's not a good game. But I wouldn't say it's an awful 100%
I don't even
total
I don't
garbage
even know
game.
why I have the disc.
I mean,
Why did I buy it to begin with?
Just a bitch about it, probably.
Probably. I was like, I want to see how bad this game really is. What am I going to get myself into? I watched Game Grumps, so I was like, oh.
Oh no.
See, and that's one thing about it is, eventually a game hits that mark where it's so bad that it's
Infamous.
it's so bad that its enjoyment level, instead of going down, starts to go back up again because it's
certain people who
so
can stomach it.
bad.
I like to call
It's
this.
just
I like to call this the room effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The room effect.
But I feel like this only applied for Sonic 06's case because of how much people have gone over this, and that would only apply to certain like people. So you like YouTube, for example. I knew this is how it was going to be. Find that in this game, and that's awesome. Weston and I do not.
I do not.
I mean, I like
especially
it ever
now.
since I played it. My viewpoints didn't change because a bunch of people on the internet started doing Let's Plays and complaining about it.
No,
I
not
knew
even
it
that.
wasn't great then, but I mean, it's not terrible. I don't think it's terrible.
I don't have it anymore, but I bought the game.
There are
like
definitely
a month
worse
after it came
Sonic
out,
games
so.
out there.
I don't think so. And the
I don't know,
fact that
Sonic Boom. Was it Sonic Boom? I think?
I was saying that the fact that people say that Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric, which we did go over, and I don't. Should we just redo that one? That was Christmas of 2014.
Man, dude, that's so long. Let's just drop it.
I don't know.
We were supposed to review it.
The fact that people say that Sonic Boom is just as bad as Sonic 06, I find like super baffling. It's like Sonic Boom had a clear, concise direction with what they were going for. Art style looked amazing. Characters looked pretty okay. The designs, people, Knuckles and all that, people thought were weird. Whatever. I'm surprised people didn't bitch about Styx, the new character, but bitched about Knuckles' redesign more. I thought that was hilarious, but it was clearer.
See, I see that more as an example of why I don't think 06 was as bad. It's because I felt like people thought it was kind of, maybe a bad game, but I feel like the hype where everyone started thinking it was a terrible game wasn't until later when people started reviewing it more. And I feel like we're seeing the same thing with Boom. I don't think Boom is a terrible game. I think at launch it was broken, but now it's been fixed, and like even then it was still kind of fun, but it gets so much hate because there's so many reviewers out there like, oh, it's bad, it's broken, it's just bad as 06, and it's like, really, it's not.
It's not, and for reasons that you probably say different than me, like for example, Jerry, but like, I feel like because number one, some people don't even like the concept, the fact that it's a 3D platformer, Crash Bandicoot-esque on a platformer instead of a gotta go fast kind of Sonic game. That Sonic is known for. But I was personally waiting for a game like that. So I got it, because my brother wanted it, and I wanted to play it too. And stuff like the multiplayer was broken, and this is supposed to be Sonic 06, I'm sorry, but it goes to show that, like, I don't know, when a broken Sonic game comes out, this game is immediately what people go to, but this game should just be this game, and this game is just, people have their opinions on it, like, you have different opinions, Wes and mine are kind of the same. But
well, the thing about me is,
you don't even play games like this normally.
I don't even play like the games like this. Normally, I don't really find much enjoyment in them. So I'm happy that you guys found enjoyment, and I
Not
I
a lot, just
No. I like how
Enough
you
to
use the
give more
room.
of a detailed.
No. Just like I liked how you used the room as an example because I find the room hilarious. But for me, this game wasn't like that. It was just
Well, even to me,
it just pissed me off.
I said it had the room effect, but I didn't really mean that's how it was for me. I mean, like, I actually enjoyed parts of the game. I genuinely did. Not that I thought it was so bad that I enjoyed it.
I hated every single moment of it.
Yeah, see, to me it was just a laugh fest. Well, until
For me, it just
eventually
annoyed
it
me.
would piss me off.
So,
Yes. If I died from an invisible wall for the 40th time, I'd be like,
So
okay,
basically
I had my laugh, you know?
It's
I'm ready
Work
to
for me
move
now.
on now.
Yeah.
hates with all his might. Thinks it's so bad that it's fun. Hates
Loathe it.
Actually, kind of likes it.
There you go. I mean, what other kind of, I don't want to boast, but what other kind of review you can find where people can like say that instead of either solely going for like an optimistic theme or solely going for a fuck this kind of thing. So I mean, like,
So, alright, well, that's...
Yeah, we're unique, guys.
So, I mean, the other thing is, of course, it was sort of like an experimental game too, because it was a new engine on a new console.
Yeah.
Kind of trying to go for a new kind of audience with this too.
Yeah.
So I'm not using it as an excuse,
oh yeah.
but that explains why certain things were not the
It's a
best.
definite factor, yeah.
Yes. So.
Then just the fact that they fucking rushed it from the
Yeah.
season.
All right. So I think that's a pretty good evaluation for anybody. I
How
think.
did this game do as a reboot, guys? What's this deadpan like?
I don't even think
no.
it's kind of like
Oh god.
there's Sonic.
War flashbacks.
And here's Sonic. They're not
PTSD.
even really the same. It's like they're
yeah.
two complete. They have the Sonic title, but they're completely different games.
I'm surprised that Sonic Generations even acknowledged those things. They put Crisis City in there, which I found hilarious because it's like, okay, you really didn't have to, and I think I can say that on behalf of everyone. You didn't really have to, but I mean, at least I don't know. Maybe there's something there. Maybe there really is something there. If you had enough to be like, let's put that level in this game as a revisitation, which does with the story in that game.
And another, I mean, here's one thing. Because it's so infamous, everyone knows what it is. So putting it in, everyone would go, what the? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like unexpected, like, oh shit,
Yeah,
they
so
actually
it's
had
still-
enough to do that.
So it still brings some attention to it, despite the fact that, you know. So
That's why this game is such an.
I call that the Justin Bieber effect. It's so bad that it gets. There's no such thing as bad attention.
Oh my god.
So I guess we'll start from Marcelo and move over. What would you
Yes.
rate this from a 0 to 10?
5.
0 out of 5.
Oh,
0 out of 5.
From
Excuse me. Yeah.
you just say 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Oh, I said 0 out of
Jesus.
10. I think.
That's like a 3.5 out of 5. That's giving it way more
think-
credit. No,
yeah,
way
anyway,
more credit
yeah.
than it deserves.
You talked a little smack on it, and you.
On your face. I really wish. I'm not sure if the camera caught up your face. You're like, what?
Okay, 0 to 5.
A 1. Because the only legit enjoyable thing that I got from this game was, in fact, his role the good one. So 1.
And apparently, it's so good it was worth the entire point.
Yeah. Dang, that's saying a lot coming from him.
I can't give it a 0.5, and I can't give it a 0 because there was something I did enjoy.
As much as I
That's
want
all.
to, I can't. That's like,
Well, no, because that's where I become optimistic. I'm not just say it's a shit game, even the song's good, but 0. Like, oh, come on, the song's good.
Yeah, because the 0 means there's not a single
There's
add-on.
single thing.
So, okay, so for me, I pretty much agree with these guys here that there's not much to this game. It's pretty bad. However, like I kind of said, I'm generally when games are that bad, I find enjoyment from how bad they are, and it's kind of funny. So so based on my enjoyment level,
Yeah.
I'll give it a 2, because there are definitely times when I would just laugh at it, you know, and it sort of makes sense. I mean, that's kind of where the appeal comes from when you're watching it on YouTube too, you know. That's why people watch them, is because it is sort of funny, you know, sometimes.
Yeah.
But so I kind of get the same kind of enjoyment from how bad it is. So I give it a 2 out of 5.
Can we do like a 0.5 out of 5?
We're gonna do 0.5s. If you want.
Okay, I like the song, but I don't think it's worth a whole point. I'm going to do a 0.5 out of 5.
Big 1 out of 10.
Like the first time, yeah, we've done it.
Yeah, no, it's just like the song's alright, but it's not worth the effort. I did not get any enjoyment out of this game. This game was just pure frustration. And keep in mind, I don't even usually play games like this. Anyway, I usually play different types of games, so it has to really wow me.
Let me just say,
To
you
do-
got into Ratchet and Clank on the PS4, the reboot, and you actually liked it.
Yes, I did. I actually like that.
That's a game
Pretty
that
fun.
Sonic 06 could have been. It's a nice platformer that, you know, did things the right way.
Sadly, I did almost none of that.
Yeah.
So 0.5 out of 5.
well, for me, I mean, Like I said, I'm probably the only one here who actually genuinely enjoyed it, not just that it was so bad that it was fun. But I still acknowledge that it was a pretty bad game. Not terrible necessarily, but bad, and had plenty of flaws. But in the end, you could play it and beat it, you know. So I don't know. I mean, it was a broken complete game. So I'd say on its own, I probably would have given like a 2 out of 5. But with my enjoyment in there too, I'm probably gonna give it a 3 out of 5. Still not that great, but like just because of how much I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just slightly above average, basically. Slightly.
3, 2, 1, half.
0.5.
0.5.
So a decent range of thoughts on this.
Yeah.
We got all the numbers.
I mean, no one agreed that it was a good enough game to receive a 4 out of 5.
No. Of 5?
Yeah.
Out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No.
know,
If
there's
you give it a
someone
5 out of
somewhere,
5, sorry.
Someone somewhere.
That's funny.
That person would have to be a loon.
Yeah.
I would not have any
Or just
respect
not
for
have
that
good
man.
taste in like what gaming should be.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some really die-hard Sonic fans out there who are big fans and just couldn't help.
If they're that big of fans to like this game, I
hate using this term, but
Oh boy.
fanboys.
fanboy.
I hate that term with a passion, but that's what they have to be.
I think something they could have done, even the fact
You know, I
that it
feel
was
like
broken.
up until right now, we were
just to-
safe, and now once we said that, now that's where all the hate's gonna come in the
Let them
comment
come.
section.
I don't give a shit.
Let them bring their hate.
I think one
I'll
thing that
fuck 'em
could
up.
have made an improvement, not of course fix the whole game, because it was so broken, but sort of like we said, they tried to kind of add a platforming and a high speed in it together, and together like that, how they made it was just a horrible combination. Like if they just kind of stuck to the old high speed Sonic formula, it wouldn't have been quite as bad. Or if they slowed it down a bit and made it mostly a platforming thing and had just a straight focus, even though it would, of course, it was broken still, but at least it would have been more directed, I think.
Now, I know that on the experience aspect, you obviously have the experience because you were comparing it a couple times, so I'm not going to speak on anything on behalf of those games.
Oh, this is the thing I was afraid of. No, go ahead, go
I
ahead.
bet through this entire review, in your head you're like, Marcelo, don't fucking ever bring up Sonic Adventure, I swear to God.
And then I brought it up, so you know, fair game. I brought it up, even though I feel like I had to get fair game.
No, what I was going to say was that of the Sonic games, starting with that trend was those. And however they did it, that's what I'm saying. However they did it, I don't know. I haven't played them. I'm not gonna just say, oh, it was shit because I watched Game Grumps play it, or like, oh, it's whatever. But like, however they did it is whatever. I don't know yet. But it's clear, even if you haven't played it, and you just watch that Sonic 06 try to stay safe to that formula, but they fucked it up.
Oh yeah, no. That, like I said before, they tried to go with that formula, but you know what? Oh, like Adventures and even Adventures 2 worked. It had a formula. It was different so that people weren't that comfortable, but it had a formula and it worked. It wasn't a broken game. 06 tried to like take parts out of it and like they just it's like they took that formula that worked and they broke it and then tried to use it. Yeah, no. That's the reason I don't like when people compare it that much is because people say it's like the same. Oh, and Adventures was bad too.
It's like they took Sonic Adventures. They beat the shit out of it, try to add new parts to it, like a freaky ass, Frankenstein's monsters, but it wasn't properly made, so it's just like,
Adventure
it's all like
was a
hobbling
good
on the
game.
ground.
Adventure was a working game. I actually enjoyed it. It was one of my favorite Sonic games ever, to be honest, and don't hate me. So whenever I hear people say, oh, 06 so bad, just like Adventure Time, they got
Adventure Time.
Adventure Time.
Adventure, Sonic Adventures, it always kind of bugs me because I'm like, Adventures is fine, you know? Leave it alone.
I'm really thinking now I gotta play it, and then
Well, if we play it,
we'll go ahead.
we have to play it. We have to.
I don't know how yet, in what way, shape, or form, on camera or not, but we gotta do something.
I gotta witness. I gotta guide you.
I think we can review it later.
Me? You?
Down the road.
Yes, I would love to review it.
I'm going to be fair, I'm not gonna shit on anything, you know, but we'll see what happens.
So, try to avoid this going too long.
Yeah, sorry.
So that's probably going to conclude everything.
That's probably it. Also, we do this at the end of every finale. Let's tease what's up next for the next arc of Trash
Oh
Talk.
yeah, I forgot this is the finale.
So we'll be back soon. We're going to be doing our E3 2016 sub-arc in late June, early July.
And that's gonna be with just me and Marcelo,
The way
right?
it usually is,
Yeah.
And after that, Arc 6, totally happening. And who wants to say what Arc 6 is about?
Indie games.
Finally!
Indie games!
Yay! We can talk about games we actually play.
So of course,
Games I never
in this
played.
one, it's gonna. I'm probably gonna be seen a little bit more often because out of the 4 of us, I probably play the most.
Honestly,
Indie
me and him
games.
play the most probably out of
He gave us
here,
a
but he
list.
definitely more.
I put in our
He
list.
made the he made the official list.
There's a list.
Don't show them. Spoil
Oh no,
it.
they can't see it, but I mean, the text is small, but it goes all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's-
even made the margin smaller so I can fit more.
Includes
So-
one page, but I mean, wow, it's like over 50.
Like I wasn't
Did you
in a
count
lot of
them?
episodes.
I
this
tried, I lost
arc.
count by 30.
Okay.
And I wasn't even halfway through.
No, like I wasn't in a lot of episodes this arc because honestly, there's with this the reboots there wasn't that many options, but this one.
Yeah, you see these guys way more often. And we'll go into more detail in the info video, the update video, the Arc 5 update video, where we update on news we heard from the new games we went over for the E3 2015 sub-arc and stuff like that.
Okay, I
And,
might have miscounted because they're so tight together, but I think it's 66.
Wow. And that's just from this,
And of course,
list.
we're not doing the
Yeah, I was
list.
gonna say, we're not doing 66, but we have.
These are just a list of
This is a
suggestions.
list that ones we can do because we've actually played them, so we have a lot of options this time to pick.
Since this arc didn't go so well as Arc 3 did, where we were taking requests, for Arc 6 we're not going to take requests. Because look, we have 66 games on one piece of paper right here to choose from.
That's more than enough.
More than enough.
If you want to suggest, you never know. Maybe we'll just be if
Yeah.
it's on the
It
list,
might
we'll
be
be
on
like,
the
pick
list
it.
and we'll do something, yeah.
Or maybe we'll just be like, oh, we didn't think of that. So go ahead and suggest, but it's just we're covered whether
Yeah.
you do or don't.
Yeah, exactly. So just don't be surprised if it doesn't happen.
Unless you request one of these games on the list and you just didn't know it.
Yeah, I think then we'll note it and then
We're also going to do some slight modifications and changes and tweaks to the formula and stuff like that, and littler things by the time of Arc 6. So we'll, like I was starting to say earlier, we'll go over that in more detail in the Arc 5 update video. And I think that is it. So with all that said, I'm Marcelo,
Chase.
Weston.
Jeremiah.
and this was the end of Arc 5 of Trash Talk.
Yay. Game sucked.
Yeah.